Thank you. Thank you very much for being here and inviting me to Henry, to both Davids, to Richard, and we echo the well wishes to a good friend, Michael Mostyn. You must get better, and you must get better quickly because Canada needs you. I wish that I could say that it was nice to be here. In all honesty, I wish we weren't here. And I wish none of us was here, and I wish that we didn't have to do this press conference year after year. Because every year that anyone has to stand up here to release a report means another year where somebody has been unjustly targeted for their religion. Another year where somebody has faced discrimination or hatred just because of their faith. And another year where it's dangerous to be a Jew in Canada. This year is more dangerous than any other year. This year was more dangerous than 2023, which was more dangerous than 2022, which was more dangerous than 2021, which was more dangerous than 2020. 5,791 anti-Semitic incidents up in just 1 year. That's nearly fivefold in 10 years. I don't know how to say this any other way, but it is a crisis in Canada. It is rampant in our streets, on our university campuses, and everywhere in between, in workplaces, online. What's different this year is that many in government, many allies that we once had been silent in their condemnation of the vitriolic hate and the anti-Semitism that we've seen. They've responded with promises of easier, increased funding for our institutions like synagogues and community centers, and then much of that has not come to fruition. We see the refusal to enforce the law in our streets, which has been blatantly violated. Many taking to Twitter to issue perfunctory statements at some times. Members of this government responded with the refunding of terror organizations with Canadian tax dollars, suggesting that they would stop. This report should be a wake-up call because none of that is the fault of any Jew in this country living in Canada wanting safety and security for their families. This is not just about the Jewish community. This is about every peace and freedom-loving Canadian that deserves to live in safety in their own community. And it must start right here on Parliament Hill, and it must be echoed in every single level of government. Good intentions are no longer enough, and thoughts and prayers are not enough, and words are simply not enough. We need concrete action to protect Jewish communities and protect Canadians. So Conservatives will continue to call out hatred wherever and whenever it exists. We will do the thing that the government has promised to do and never did. We will ban the IRGC terrorists from organizing, from raising money, from getting together here on Canadian soil. We will double the funding for security and infrastructure programming, making the application process easier, removing the need to demonstrate risk, which has been demonstrated right here in this report and every year before it. And we will make sure that those expenses can be used for things like paying security guards and training volunteers. We will finally enact a foreign agent registry, which the government has promised to do, and we will reevaluate Canada's threat assessment, create a federal, provincial, and territorial task force to coordinate the protection of Jewish communities. As I said before, this is a crisis, and yes, we do allies, but we need a government that's going to act, and soon we will have one in this country. I'd like to thank again Brith for the incredible work that is done in this audit. I hope that Canadians hear loud and clear that we are in crisis mode as a Jewish community and as Canadians right across from coast to coast who are watching the lawlessness that is happening in our streets. Thank you.